Call to order, this meeting on variation order for June the 6th, 2024. It will be followed by the regular council meeting. At this moment, Deputy Mayor Valentino is not on the call, but we expect her to join us. Oh, Deputy Mayor Valentino has just come in. Thank you. We'd like to congratulate Deputy Mayor Valentino on her success as third vice president of FCM at a very successful conference we held in Calgary over the last week. So congratulations, Deputy Mayor. With that being said, we'll go right into variation order. We have supporting materials for variation order number 1014-24 Station Road, lot 11 to 14, block 39, plan 741 PLTO North Division. Go to administration.
We'll have Dan take this one.
Dan?
It's variation 1014-24, 44 Station Road. It's not against the my needs. Owners of 44 Station Road submitted a variation application requesting consideration to the principal building, reducing the front yard requirements from 15 feet to 10.5 feet, located in a commercial downtown revitalization zone, CDTR. After the Planning Act, property was posted for 14 days, and the property owners 100 years have been notified. Have received nothing for or against this variation.
Yes,
at this time, your worship, it is now the public's chance to come forward and say if they're in support or if they object.
Yes, so first we will take representation in support of this move. Please come to the front desk, state your name, whether you're for or against it, and state your reasons, please.
Name is Dave Grobel. I'm in favor of this decision. And the reason why is it's a key part for McMahon needs in rebuilding the store. It helps us to achieve a little bit more room in our yard, as well as it helps us cut down traffic on the side of our building, where sometimes we have traffic coming from the healing center, and so if we didn't have to use that as a parking lot, yeah, then there'd be less traffic that way there. So we the building 5 feet closer, it just would help that situation. So
thank you, sir. Second call for representation in support of this. Third call. Okay.
Madam Mayor, I'm just wondering if I have a question, when is a good time to ask the question?
There'll be a resolution for council to discuss this on a regular.
Yeah.
Will be the time to ask.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is
just a
just,
separate resolution. This is the public.
Thank you.
thank you. Third call for representation supporting this. Seeing none, no more. Thank you, Dave. We will go to objections on this presentation. Second call for objections to this presentation. Third and final call, objections to this presentation. Seeing none, I'll call for adjournment. Councillor Fitzpatrick, Councillor Oberdorfer, all in favor? Carried. Next, we're going to move into the regular meeting of council for June the 6th, June the 11th, pardon me, 2024 at 7:04 p.m. I'd like to recognize that we're on traditional land of Nitchissway Cree Nation, Treaty 5, and we are all Treaty people. Next, I'd like an approval of the agenda. Councillor Fitzpatrick, Councillor McIver, all in favor? Carried. Next, we'll go community comments and feedback. Anthony?
At the last meeting of council, there was a number of questions asked regarding the new pool project. The first question is, did city council spend $300,000 on changes? There were a number of change orders made to this project in the design phase.
There was a change order 1 for $4,500, change order 2 for $195,000, and change order 3 for $94,500, for a total of $294,000. What were the changes for? They're preparing a new Class A estimate, preparing the tenders for retendering once council wanted to go back to tender. There's work on HVAC modifications and optimization in the design. There's analysis of Efficiency Manitoba's programs and analysis if we should be applying for those. There's changes for parking design, landscaping, windows, cladding, insulation. There's a number of councillors who are involved in some of the reviews of those. And the final question is how much money was saved by spending that money. A number of them were necessary to move the project forward, but the total savings are still not known, as they won't be known until the building is essentially built and up and operating. So then you could compare the model to what the actual operating would be. So that would be the response to the questions.
Thank you. Now I will again ask, is there any community comments or feedback? Second time, community comments or feedback? Third and final time, community comments or feedback. Thank you. Seeing none, we're going to move into adoption of minutes. 5.1 is adoption of minutes of the regular meeting of council, May 27, 2024. Resolution 2024-078, moved by Councillor Fitzpatrick, second by Councillor Chong. Be it resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of council held in Council Chamber, City Hall, Thompson, Manitoba, on Monday, May 27, 2024, be adopted as circulated. Administration?
Nothing further.
Nothing further.
Okay. Any other council comments? Seeing none, call to the question. All those in favor? 5.2 is adoption of minutes for committee of the whole, June 3rd, 2024. Resolution 2024-079, moved by Councillor Fitzpatrick, second by Councillor Chong. Be it resolved that the minutes of the committee of the whole meeting of council held in Council Chamber, City Hall, Thompson, Manitoba, on Monday, June 3rd, 2024, be adopted as circulated. Administration?
Nothing further.
Councillor Fitzpatrick?
Nothing further.
Other councillors? Seeing none, call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. We will now go into number 6, resolutions. 6.1 is a resolution to approve variation order 1014-24 to 44 Station Road. Resolution 2024-080, moved by Councillor Fitzpatrick, second by Councillor Chong. Whereas the city of Thompson is in receipt of variation order application number 1014-24 to 44 Station Road to lot 11 to 14, block 39, plan 741, PLTO, North Division for the following. Construction of a principal building, reducing the front yard setback requirements from 15 feet to 10.5 in a commercial downtown revitalization zone. And whereas under the provisions of the Planning Act, a public hearing has been held to hear representation for and or against variation order. Now therefore be it resolved that council approve variation order number 1014-24-44 Station Road. And we did have the hearing, and there was only one person in support of it. Thank you. Administration.
Yeah, so just to note that we just had the hearing this evening. There's one person who spoke in support of this application. And as our chief building inspector noted, there were no other objections. Everything is in keeping with the requirements of the Planning Act. And it's now council's time to consider this resolution.
Okay, Councillor Fitzpatrick is the mover.
Yeah, I'm in favor of this variant. I had spoken with Dave on the way in here and asked him what the variation was, and he explained to me that they're trying to move closer to Station Road to cut down on the parking lot there. With will also increase the side parking. Was that correct?
Yeah, the building will actually move another 10 feet further up.
Yeah,
And the frontage on Nelson will be 10 feet deeper.
okay, so,
Okay.
I'm in agree with that for a couple of reasons. I don't think it's gonna cut down your foot traffic, but I do remember seeing lots of people cut through that side of the parking lot when they didn't want to stop for a stop sign.
I said, they'll cut through, but there won't be a parking lot there.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah, so in the package that was under the variation, you can see the drawings attached that shows the outline. It actually looks like there will be an increase in parking. And it'll be further set back from the road than in the
Yes.
previous development. So it's actually an improvement in the situation that was there before.
Thank you. Any other comments? Councilor Wong?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Mayor. So if I understand this drawing, that means they used to have a parking on the side of the building.
On the station
To the
road.
station road.
That's correct.
So now they take out the parking, so to go build a building a little bit further out.
The building would be closer to the sidewalk. So that's normal in commercial zones, is to have that reduction to a sidewalk. You'll see it in other places throughout the city. But to make up for the parking that's lost there, you can see in the new design, there are a number of stalls that are found throughout the new facility. So it's actually an improvement over the current parking situation.
Okay, thank you. Can I continue? Thank you.
You may.
My other question is, since they're gonna take out the parking, and one of the reason I heard from the manager say, because of some people to walk back and forth from that site. So I just wondering from the plan, I didn't see any fencing gonna be up. Is there gonna be a fencing in the future plan?
There is a relocated fence, I believe, on here. Dan, do you have any comments on that?
I think the fence is just gonna be reconfigured as for their new gate and operations there.
Correct. So it'll be laid out differently than it was in the past to protect their property.
So it's not the fence all the way to the side? No? Okay, thank you.
There was,
No, it says, you can see on the drawing, it says relocated fencing. So it will line up with the building. It'll be a secured site, just like the previous one was. The fencing will just be in a different location.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's fully on the drawing there.
And move it over to master building.
yeah,
And all that would be clear to the building inspector as to the heights of the fence and whatnot.
okay.
I don't have concern, thank you.
Any other councilors' comments? Okay, seeing none, I think definitely moving ahead with the rebuilding is very important, so anything the city can do to help, thank you. With that, I'll call for the question, all those in favor? Carried. Six point two is a resolution to approve the land lease amendments for lots 12 and 13, block 175, plan 847 PLTO, North Division, Keiko Limited. Resolution 2024-081, moved by Councillor Fitzpatrick, seconded by Councillor McIver. Be it resolved that council approve the land lease amendments for lot 12 and 13, block 175, 847 PLTO, plan 847 PLTO, North Division, Keiko Limited. Administration?
Yeah, so there's a request that's from Taco Limited and McMahon and Yates to change the lease that's currently there for some additional land that's been leased from the city. Currently, the way that the lease is written, the city could give 14 days and ask someone to leave. And as they're developing a major business or redeveloping, there's been a request to have a 30-year lease on this property instead to give some more certainty to their development. There's also a request that with the leased land, that if someone were to approach the city requesting to purchase it, that they be given first right of refusal prior to that purchase, considering their investment in the land. The administration has reviewed this and is in support of this, recommending it to council. It was presented at the last committee of the whole, and the request would be for the council to consider this evening. Resolution in support of amending the lease as written up there.
Thank you. Councillor Fitzpatrick is the mover.
I'm in favor of this lease.
Any other comment? Councillor Lumberg?
As you said, Madam Mayor, in support of this for sure, and I'm glad to see that they're backing development of that building. That missed that spot, I guess. And, yeah, I'll be in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other councilors, comments? Seeing none, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Six point three is a resolution to approve the Manitoba Water and Services Board amendment to phase 2 and 3 cost sharing agreement for ISIP project Thompson Water and Wastewater Main Renewal. Great. Resolution 2024-082. Moved by Councillor Oberdorfer, second by Councillor Fitzpatrick. Whereas on October 24th, 2022, Council passed Resolution 2022-189, authorizing administration to enter into the cost-sharing agreement with Manitoba Water Services Board for the water and sewer renewal, ISIP Phase 2 and 3. And whereas the Manitoba Water Services Board has submitted a revised cost-sharing agreement, adding Phase 4 to the agreement, which will include Centennial Drive West, Confederation Crescent, and Elder Avenue East. Now therefore be it resolved that council approve entering into the amended agreement with the Manitoba Water Services Board for phase 2 to 4 of the water and wastewater main renewal project. Administration.
So in October of 2022, council passed resolution 2022-189 that authorized the administration to enter into an agreement with the Water Services Board for the ISIP phase 2 and 3. That agreement was for a total of $14 million. Phase 2 of the ISIP project, which was Westwood Drive, was tendered and awarded in 2023. And phase 3, Centennial Drive East and Dominion, was put on hold until 2024. The Water Services Board is proposing changing or revising the cost sharing agreement and to add phase 4 into this current agreement. This would allow the tendering of phase 3 and 4 as a single package. And as noted, phase 4 includes Centennial Drive West, Confederation, and Elder East. The new agreement would have a total value of $21.25 million, which is a difference of 7.25 from the amount that was already approved. Fiscal implications are that we have adequate funds, which have been identified in the preliminary capital budget to cover the escalation of 7.25 million. And based on the ISIP formulary, the city's portion of that to pay would be $1.933,575,000. So the administration recommends that council consider and approve this resolution so that we can finish tendering and complete phases 2 through 4 of the ISIP project for the water and water renewal.
Thank you. Councillor Oberdorfer is the mover. Do you have any comments?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yeah, I have no concerns with this. As administration explained, it's so that we can tender phase 3 and 4 together. I think it's, it makes sense to tender the entire Southwood neighborhood as one package. So I have no concerns. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Wong? Oh, I thought you had your hand up. Okay. Councillor Glenmore. Do you, or did you?
No, I'm good, thanks.
I'll be in support of this as well. This will assist us in another phase of our ISIP water wastewater renewal projects. It should come with some cost savings as well, with some economies of scale, some savings in mob and demob costs maybe, and gives us our staff some continuity with building these projects.
Thank you. Any other councillors? Thank you. Seeing more comments? Call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Six point 4 is a resolution to appoint a council member for the Vehicle for Hire Commission. Resolution 2024-083, moved by Councillor Wong, second by Councillor Chong. Be it resolved that council approve Councillor Chong to the Vehicle for Hire Commission. Administration.
There's a requirement under our bylaw that the Vehicle for Hire Commission have, I believe it's 5 people who are appointed to the board. With the resignation of Councillor Colburn, there's a vacancy on that spot as the chair. The vice chair of the board previously put forth was Councillor Councillor Wong. And I believe at the last committee of the whole, Councillor Chong was nominated to fill the position of Councillor Colbert.
Thank you. Councillor Wong, as the mover, do you have any comments?
Yeah, I think, thank you, Mary. I think the council should do more of those kind of the community to learn the process and get some knowledge under the belt. So that's why I'd like to nominate Councillor Chong to take up this position and give it a try. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? No, seeing that, I'll call to the question. All those in favor? I saw your finger move, Councillor Chong, as you said that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm supposed to, right? Good for myself.
Why not?
Okay.
6.5 is a resolution to approve the purchase of articulation boom. No. Resolution 2024-084, moved by Councillor Fitzpatrick, seconded by Councillor McIver. Be it resolved that council approve the early capital purchase of a used 2015 articulating boom 40 to 50 foot lift at a cost not to exceed $46,480, including all taxes. Go to administration. Sonia?
The articulating boom lift is something that's used with all departments within the city. Currently now it's rented, so we have to rent it for everything that we can afford. So it was identified through all the departments that would be a good use and a good piece of equipment to have within the city. We can use it anytime that we need it instead of having to rent it. So this one that we're currently looking at is one that we did rent last 2 weeks ago. And I believe we had it for just over a week. Staff liked it, there was no issues with it. And I did reach out to the company. It is in Thompson right now. It was serviced and they will provide us a service again prior to us purchasing it, and they can as well service the unit here in Thompson for us. There is an additional warranty if we still choose to have that. There's a 3 months, 6 months, and a 1 month warranty. And the costs are identified in the memo for about $3,000 for 3 months, about $5,000 for 6 months, and for the 1 year is $7,000.
Thank you. Councillor Fitzpatrick, it's a mover. Any comments?
Yeah, I'm in favor of this, Mayor. Like Sonia said, it'll be used by multiple departments. It saves us from having to rent, and sometimes they aren't available, so this way it'll be good. We'll have it on site, and it is purchased from a local company who does provide the service as well, so I'm in favor of this.
Thank you. Any other comments? Councillor Wong?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just a couple of questions from this purchase. Number one, do they give a inspection report before we take on buying this?
Anthony?
I believe the company is providing an inspection report as part of the.
Is there any red flag that we need to look into it before you take over?
I don't believe we've received that yet. I believe when we proceed to go purchase, they provide it to us, we bring that to our mechanics.
The reason I'm asking because they recommend to get the warranty. So if let's say they did the report, so you will know what need to be fixed, look into it. Or we need to make the decision to buy the extra warranty. But and also how often that we use that piece of equipment. Like give a rough idea, like maybe 5 times a month or 5 times a week.
I can't speak for the other departments, but I know for the projects that I have ongoing, it's quite often, and there's times that we've had to put things off because when you do call to rent one here in Thompson, you can't get one. And so there's multiple times that we have to put off doing things that we want. I'll give you an example of the flags around Thompson, like the banners on the thing, we can't put them up because we can't get a lift, we need them at certain times. So if Heidi was taking down our poles and we need to put the banners back up, we can easily take out our own unit to do it. It would cost us $1,000 to rent it. So I know we would use it a lot for my projects.
Well, that wasn't my question. My question is how often, rough estimation.
So as noted, she can't give you the number today, but what we often use it for is any of the overhead door servicing, any of the overhead heating units. It's used in the arenas to get up because the roofs are so high. It's used in the Bill Kamaski, so it's a number of places and it's used all over. And yeah,
Anything further, Councilor Wong?
No, the reason I ask those questions because to decide whether we should get a warranty or not, I want to see how often they'll be used. Then at least we can get some ideas. So that way I can give some comment whether we should get the warranty or not. That's all my question is. And also, I don't think the indoor you use those, use the lift for the indoor, more easier to do the work for light changing and all that. So anyway, thanks.
Thank you. Anthony, did you have something before I go to Deputy Mayor?
No.
Deputy Mayor Valentino?
Thanks, Mayor Smith. We discussed this in budget quite a bit, council, and we did get the costs of renting and how often it'd been used, and we provided all that information. It's nice to see that this actual dollar quote compared to what we talked about in our budget discussions. So, and I'm sure due diligence will be done with administration with the inspection reports before the actual deal is made or after the approval of a resolution if it goes through tonight. So based on previous discussions and then this final dollar amount tonight, I'll be in favor of this. Thanks.
Anyone else? Yeah, and I know as signing checks for, $5,000 to $8,000 when we have one rented in that for short periods of time. I don't think this will take very long to pay off for itself and be a good addition to the city inventory. So with that, I'll call for the question. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. Six point six is a resolution to declare Nickel Days a community event. Resolution 2024-085 moved by Councilor Wong, second by Councilor Chong. Whereas the Nickel Days Committee is planning for the upcoming Nickel Days weekend that will take place on June 20th to 23rd, 2024 at the Thompson Regional Community Center. And whereas the Nickel Days Committee, and whereas the Nickel Days Committee is requesting the city declare the community event of the city of Thompson in order to comply with Liquor Gaming Act LGA regulations. Now therefore be it resolved, the council declare Nickel Days a community event in the city of Thompson. Administration.
Yeah, this is a normal, an annual housekeeping resolution that's required by LGCA. It's to comply with their regulations. I've already been in discussions with the liquor inspector. I believe our directors also had discussions. So this is really a formality to.
Actually, I can add to that. We updated the waiving of fees policy last year, and this was identified as a community event. We put this on the agenda because we weren't too sure if that was actually going to satisfy the requirements for medical liquor and gaming. About a half hour ago, I got an email from them, and it actually does satisfy the requirements. So a resolution is not required now. So that was about a half hour ago. They don't require a resolution.
Oh, you get that.
Move to table.
Pardon?
I have someone move to table.
Councilor Fitzpatrick, you move the table.
Table resolution.
Seconded, Councilor Oberdorfer. All in favor? Carried. With tabling, we require a date.
Indefinitely.
Indefinite.
Indefinitely, okay. Sounds good. Okay. With that, seeing that was our last item, call for adjournment. Councilor Fitzpatrick, Councilor Landmark, all in favor.